said in the past that you don't care how many catches you get as long as the team's winning. That being said, scoring points has been a bit of an issue this year, and you haven't been getting the ball as consistently as in the past. So have you gone up to Kyle yet and said, can I get the ball, please?
Yes and no. I mean, have I walked into his office and said, can I give me the ball? No, I haven't done that. But, I mean, I tell Jimmy on the sidelines all the time, and I always tell him, like, hey, I'm open. I'm getting one-on-one coverage. I'm available. Just throw me the ball when you need me. And it happened last week. You know, I'd love more than 2 targets, but it is what it is. We're winning the game. So, but, yeah, I love the ball in my hands, and I like providing a spark for the offense.
I was asking about Christian kind of getting integrated into the offense. Do you feel like you guys are all in a groove at this point?
Yeah, I think the longer Christian's been here, the more he's picked it up. He's been studying his tail off. I think just getting the reps too, how we block it, like how he targets his blockers to set up his blocks. I think he's done a really good job of that. He's just gotten better every single day, but you can see that.
What about his fit in the locker room? We saw you guys at the Warriors game the other day. How is he kind of socializing?
Oh, perfectly fine. Yeah, he fits in great here. He's got the character of I think most of the guys in this team have, and so he fit right in. He's friends with everybody. I think he's learning almost everybody's name too, which, you know, kudos to him for that. You know, playbook and guys' names. He's figuring it out.
George, what have your experience has been playing at altitude? What kind of challenge is it for you?
I mean, I played in Denver. That's about it. I didn't really have any of those altitude games in college. I don't think I've had really any in the NFL. I mean, I missed the first 2 games. My first game back was Denver, and I wasn't in football shape. I was mildly out of breath. I don't think it was terrible, but I've talked to guys who've played in Mexico before that said it's way different than playing in Denver. So I know it's going to be something. I'm glad that we're here getting adjusted to it. I think it'll be helpful for us. I know Arizona stayed in Arizona, so hopefully that's a little, you know, niche that we get that helps us out.
With the plan this week, do you have anything that's adjusted or different in terms of, you know, what you eat, how you sleep, like all that kind of stuff?
We got humidifiers in the room, you know, it's very dry here. Just trying to stay overly hydrated, I would say. I think that's the 2 biggest things. Get your sleep, drink a lot, and eat as much as you can. Wow. Love the cold weather. That's why I live in California. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. It's not freezing like it was last year in Lambeau, but definitely cold. Definitely different than what we've been playing in November, but it's football. It is what it is.
A couple of your position mates were out there without sleeves.
Charlie, man,
yeah.
Just built different. Mountains of Georgia. Just, I wish he was getting interviewed right now. He didn't even wear a shirt underneath his jersey. He's like, I'll be fine as long as my hands are warm. I was like, they're not going to be warm, man. But yeah, it's Charlie. It just is what it is.
A few months ago, Jimmy had said that Charvarius Ward was one of you guys, which is why he fits so well in the locker room. It sounds like from what you just said, that's the same with McCaffrey. Can you kind of describe what that means exactly, though?
Respectful, there to work hard, get better. I mean, I think those are the biggest things. They're very respectful. Like, not once did, like, Mooney first walk in here and just, like, talk crap about how they're going to lock you down. I'm the best guy in the room. Nothing like that. He's just like, I'm here. I'm going to get better. I'm going to help this team win. And I think Christian's the same way. It's just their tape has shown what they can do, and they just go out every single day and prove it. They've got fantastic work ethics, and that's one thing that we pride ourselves on as a San Francisco 49er.
We've seen Brandon string together 4 or 5 really strong games here. It seems like he's maybe turned a corner. How have you seen him kind of continue to grow, and where does he fit in group, you know, the group of skill guys you guys have?
I mean, I think Brandon's he's having a great year. He's playing at a high level. He's catching the ball. He's attacking the ball. He's trying to make plays. He's hard to tackle. I think he looked great in OTAs. He carried that into the during the summer month away, and he came back in training camp, looked good, and I think he's just playing at a high level. He goes out every single day, tries to get better. I think that's one of the hardest things about football. Like, the longer you get into the season, you get more sore, you get more banged up, and it's the guys that want to go out there and still try to go full speed, try to get better on those days and not just going through the motions, learning the game plan. And I think Brandon does a good job of that. He pushes himself every day. He routes guys up. I think it was either last week or the week before in practice, he made like 4 phenomenal catches, like contested, like what we need on third downs on game days, and it translates to the game. And I think he's just done a good job of just building on that, you know, step by step. And he's got a good foundation. He's just been getting better.
How did Jimmy practice in the cold weather without gloves on and using this?
He was slinging it. I thought quarterbacks looked good today. Yeah, he was slinging around. We got the warm weather gloves on. It was nice. You know, I don't think we were out there that long. Balls didn't get too hard out there. You know, sometimes they get nice and rock solid, but I think overall is clean day for the offense.
You playing best that you've you've seen him play?
It's the second time I've been asked that question, like 4 days. Yeah, I think you did. It's okay though. I always think Jimmy plays at a pretty high level, in my opinion. I think he's been consistent this year. I think one of the biggest things, I think we just have more guys around him that are stepping up and making plays. Like you said, Brandon's doing really well. You have Debo, you have me, you have McCaffrey, Elijah's there, Juice is there. Like, guys are just making plays when their numbers are called, and I think that helps Jimmy look like he's playing better because he is, and you don't have guys dropping the ball and stuff like that. Juwan's doing good. But yeah, I think he's in a rhythm right now, and he's got us playing at a higher level. I think that's what's really helpful.
How much has the Arizona Cardinals defense changed since the last time you played them?
Losing Chandler Jones, awesome for me. I love not blocking him twice a year. He's really good. Besides that, they're very downhill. Their D-line gets across the ball. They're penetrators like our D-line, so it's something that we got to go against all at training camp, so that will be familiar. They still run the 3-4 stuff, so it's a little bit different. But you still got Budda Baker back there who's flying around like a missile. So, they still have a lot of similarities. They're a little bit different, but, you can go back and I think all the games in the last 3 years is about how this one's going to go. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. It's just if we can get the ball in the end zone and hold on to the football.
Is Budda one of your biggest matchups every year? Obviously you see him twice a year, but think about all the other DBs you face. It seems like you and him have had some pretty good battles.
Yeah, I think we have. He's one of the first guys that's always there to tackle me if I have the football. We're not in man coverage too often. We were a couple times early on, but not too often. He's more middle of the field, and he's kind of this, he's protecting, he's the last guy in the safety net, so he comes downhill, hits hard, but he's definitely one of my favorite guys to go against just because his effort on tape, you see it every single day, every single game. I think he does a fantastic job. I don't want to say Energizer Bunny, but he's just he doesn't slow down. Every single rep is 100% going through your knees, and that definitely sometimes changes how you play the football game.
You said you and him have a good relationship. Do you prefer having that mutual respect and a good relationship and almost, I don't know if you want to use the word friendly, as opposed to animosity and kind of a bitter rival?
I don't really have too many bitter rivals in the NFL, maybe one or two. But at the end of the day, like I said about Budda, we could be friendly and everything, and he's still going to try to go through my knees. And that's just how he plays, and that's what I respect about him. And we have I think it's a mutual respect for each other about how we both play, but we know that we're both going to bring it if we get an opportunity. I'm going to try to flat back him or truck stick him if I get an op, and he's going to try to knock the ball out or do everything he can against me to not let me have a good game. So I just think it's just a mutual respect.
What's the most challenging part about his game?
I think if you go back, one of my favorite games watching him, well, least favorite because we ended up losing the game, but it was the opening game of 2020. I think he had 16 tackles, and he had at least 5 tackles that probably would have been house calls for Raheem. And just seeing it because he doesn't miss. He's not a guy that misses tackles very often. He doesn't hesitate. He could be playing a 2-deep safety, and he could be at 5 yards in the run game in 4 steps. He's just very good, and it's hard to account for him, especially when he's that deep safety and you're going the opposite way, and just seeing him fly across the field and knifing guys, it's just difficult sometimes, but you have to account for him because of the player that he is.
Did you say earlier that you've spoken to people who played in both Denver and Mexico City? Mexico. Did you seek them out? Who did you talk to?
I talked to Kelsey because he's one of the only tight ends I know that played down there. And he said just the altitude was just difficult. He was just because he plays in Denver every year too. So he said it was definitely a big change than what they had played in before.